Hello Internet, this is Benedek here, very welcome to my channel. In today's episode we are going to deal with Skyboxes, how to bring in custom Skyboxes from Unity as a store. Besides, we are going to deal with prefabs, and also if we will have time, probably we will check more things on the asset store and what's in the standard assets package. Okay. Now, cool guys, we should open up Unity Hub. Once it's open, we should go for simple 3D tutorial game. Now we're ready. We can go and deal with this Skybox. As you can see, we have a built-in Skybox, but it's just not one very sophisticated, to say that. So here under the window, you go to rendering, and there is lighting settings, and here we go. There is the Skybox material, and we can go for what else do we have here. Okay, so you can of course specify anything here, but you should use normal Skyboxes. And as I can see, I don't have any other normal Skyboxes. So probably I will go for the Unity as a store. And if you don't have it here attached, you just hit Ctrl+9 and it will appear here, or you just go to your web browser like to Google Chrome or to Firefox, and you just type in assetstore.unity.com and you will receive the same. Okay, now first I believe we should, yes, we can go for free Skyboxes, or yes, that's enough to write Skybox. Well, I like this one actually. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, you can first download it and afterwards you can import it. And here we go. We can just import all of these guys. Okay. Now we have it. So under window rendering lighting settings, we can now specify something like this is sky star day. This that's looking much better than the built-in one, or at least that's my opinion. Okay, so that's how you can add in a Skybox. And what else can we do? Now, of course, we could just customize our terrain, not to look so ugly and boring. So we can, of course, always, create more mountains here by adding more opacity here, and we can of course do like mountains with set height. We can just or sorry, yes, even we can do that, and we can just play around with it. But for now, I said we would like to create prefabs. So prefabs basically means prefabricated objects. So if you create an object which is in a way unique because you customize it, and if you need it at multiple places at many times, you will just instantiate it from a prefab, either manually or programmatically via code. Just here we should first create a customized object, and then we will see how can we prefab it, how can we create a prefabricated object model from it. Yes, okay, let's just start it up. Just create, let's say, what we have. Okay, let's just create a sphere, why not? Okay, oh, that's little tiny sphere actually here, and it is under the terrain. Yes, as you can see, the terrain has y coordinate of 0 and it's minus 37. Okay, so if I zero it out, okay, here we go. Here is our little sphere. Okay, now probably I would like to say something like 8 by 8 by 8. Okay, now it's a little bit bigger now, and I would like to pull it upper like there. Okay, and let's say I would like to create a custom material for it, so I go to materials, create new material, and let's say sphere mat or material, whatever we want. Okay, and here at the albedo, I can either change its color, or I can just, so if I have a texture, I can just put it to this one. Actually, we can go for textures here at the Unity Asset Store, just to get more practice in using it. So we can say something like, I don't know, like grass textures, or we have actually grass textures, since I believe in the standard assets there are some. So if I go for, let's say, surface textures, here we go. If we select it, and if we, yes, so here is this little sign. It's this log sign. It's very great because if I would like to modify that, I can just select it, and I would like to lock it. So when I select another game object, now I can inspect the previous one selected. So in the inspector panel, it won't change. Okay, now so I would like to, let's say, use this grass hill albedo called texture. Is just a Photoshop file format image, nothing else. And let's say I would like to assign it to this one, either with dragging to it or with dragging to there. And here we go. Now it's looking like that one, but I have to reduce the alpha wane, I guess. Or I don't get what's going on, because I guess now it should work, but it seems it does not actually affect. Let's say yes, because the default material is there. So of course we've created this material, this sphere material, but this sphere material was never assigned to this sphere. We can do it by either going to the mesh renderer and select our sphere material, or just we can drag and drop it to here, and you can see it's kind of unique object. Now we can go to the assets folder and create a new folder called Prefabs, and under Prefabs we can create our custom prefabs by just going there, and we can just drag any game object to our assets folder, and here we go. It's actually a prefab. Now, which means that I can just go and create multiple ones from that by adding in there. And if I let's notice that if I am dragging it to the hierarchy, then it will create an instance of it to the same place where the original sphere was. So I can just select copy, and I can just move it upwards and things like that. So, and downwards, of course. So here is a way how you can create prefabs, and it's very powerful because if you are creating multiple scenes, like having multiple levels, like if I go for scenes and I press F2, I can say something like level 1 instead of sample scene, and it says I have to perform a reload for this. So yes, I perform a reload. Now if I want to have another scene, then just I can go for file new scene, and here we go, it's an empty scene. But if I go for prefabs, I can just bring in my object. And of course, one more very important thing when editing prefabs, so a prefab actually, it's very powerful, because let's say that if I'm going to this one and I change it to this, here what happens is that I'm now only modifying an instance of my prefab, okay? But if I undo this change and I go for right clicking and saying open prefab asset, here if I will modify this material to like this one, then what will happen is it will automatically detect and override the material component for all of these instances of my prefab. And not even here, let's just say something like under the scenes, let's say level 2. So not just here at level 2, but if we are going for level 1, we will see that all of the instances and even the original sphere was just overridden by these changes. Okay, so that's a very powerful way to modify an object or instances of an object very easily and effectively in the entire game. Okay, so now you understand the core concepts of having prefabs in your game, and I believe that was enough for today's episode. I hope you liked this video. If so, please give me a thumbs up, share my channel with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a nice day. We will meet in the next video. Bye.